still alive?
Yes.
You really gotta back up. You gotta back up. You gotta back up.
Come back behind him, okay?
Come on to the truck on the screen, guys. Make sure to maintain your distance from it.
This is good.
Why they put the car there so you wouldn't do that.
Would do what?
What do you think? What's going on behind that car?
I've seen the fucking sign, JJ.
All right, if I can just get your first and last name and then what you saw tonight.
Matthew Estrada. So what exactly happened is the truck was going the
Speak up a little bit and just look right at me.
Yeah, the truck was going the opposite direction. The female and the other female that were in the vehicle, obviously they got hit. After the truck got hit, we pulled the guy out, and tried to drag him all the way over here so that way he wouldn't catch on fire. It took a lot of guts. We were trying to get inside the vehicle to make sure that nobody else is in there, and we couldn't break the windshield. One of the officers took a lot of smoke inhalation, and it was pretty bad.
Officer Alicia Pruneda, ALISIA, PRUNEDA, San Antonio Police Department, Public Information Office. Officers, let me back this up. Around 2:34, we get a call. Officers get a call for a wrong way driver. This call was made somewhere around 37 and 35, the I-37, I-35 interchange. Officers with our DWI unit identify the driver traveling the wrong way on I-35 as far as south. We're now north, Eisenhauer and 35 on the southbound lane. This driver was traveling from as far as south into central, which is where we identify he is. We attempt, by traveling on the right side of traffic, our DWI officers attempt to make contact with him by using multiple resources on their patrol unit. They use their floodlight. At one point, they actually did make eye contact with the driver, getting his attention without success of having him stop his vehicle. The vehicle that this driver was traveling in is a dually style truck. And he continued travel up to the north side of town. We are at the 6300 block of I-35, which is where I-35 meets Eisenhauer. It was at this time that the driver, after multiple attempts, even with our Eagle resource, our helicopter, trying to get his attention, traveling the wrong way, traveling southbound on the northbound lanes, struck a vehicle that was occupied by two females. Their age is unknown, other than we can tell you that they're adults, and just obliterated the car. Not only are we dealing with two families, possibly three families, that are just tragically having to walk through some horrible details of what this crash consisted of. It could have been avoided by a driver that was going the wrong way. Us trying to make contact, us trying to make him stop travel of his vehicle so that way this wasn't something that was the end result. What we do know is that his truck might have reached speeds we know at 1.70 miles per hour, could have easily increased travel as he sped off from where we were on the opposite side of traffic trying to make contact with him. The driver of that vehicle was extracted from the vehicle, from his truck. The truck became, after the collision occurred, the truck started, a fire started. Officers that were already on scene pulled him out of the burning vehicle, took him about 100 feet or so from the vehicle, got him treatment. EMS arrived. They transported him in critical condition to a local hospital for treatment. His condition right now seems to be stable, but that is subject to change. The Occupy that he crashed into is an SUV, dark in color. It was occupied by a driver and a passenger, and they are deceased. What I can tell you is they're adult females.
Did that vehicle, was that involved in the fire as well, the victim vehicle, or was that just the suspect vehicle?
The SUV that was occupied by the two females doesn't appear to have had any fire or any damage like that, but it had he just went through that vehicle at the rate that he was traveling at.
So I heard wrong way driver tone out right around the Highway 90, General McMullen. Is that pretty much where it started? And then I heard another one on Central, and then the other one on North.
So I can't talk to the 90. I can tell you that we identified the driver at around 37 and 35. Highly possible that he was as far as 90.
Yeah, at first they thought he hit somebody on Zarzamora, but ended up being just another accident.
Okay. I don't know the makeup of that, but I can tell you that this particular driver that was involved in this accident at the 6300 block at 35 and Eisenhauer, we identified him as far back as 37 South and 35 South.
Okay.
So.
The other thing, you said DWI officers were trying to get his attention. Were they driving on the northbound lanes, looking at him, going northbound on the southbound lanes?
That's correct.
an eagle got up trying to get his attention
That's
as well,
correct.
too.
That's correct. We never at any point had officers traveling in the wrong way of traffic. We were on the northbound lane as he traveled south on the northbound lane. So we were on the southbound lane trying to travel with him. As he's traveling the wrong way, we're going the right way, using our floodlights, using our sirens, using any multiple resources that we have available to us. Officers, after the crash occurred, his vehicle was turned upside down. Flames started to erupt from the vehicle. Before it erupted in flames and was consumed, two officers were able to extract him from the vehicle, pulling him quite the distance and potentially and obviously saving his life.
So officers extracted him. He wasn't extracted up from the
Negative,
attack.
sir. He was not. We extracted him.
Okay.
Two officers that were on scene after the crash occurred were able to make contact with him as his truck begins to become on fire and upside down, and pull him out of the vehicle. They extracted him, pulled him to safety until EMS units arrived, fire arrived, and then they were able to tend to him. One of our officers did incur or ingest some smoke, so he was treated for smoke inhalation.
Was he transported, or is he?
I don't know those details. I believe that he was treated. I'm not sure if they transported him.
The suspect,
Yes, sir.
the wrong way driver, what is he going to be facing?
So after he's treated, after he is tended to, he is looking, after we do our investigations, possible intoxication assault if he consumed alcohol or if other variables were involved to impair his driving. Intox manslaughter. We're looking at 2 lives here that he affected. His life is affected. So it's not just his. Our hearts go out to his family, their family. But it's just a tragedy that could have been avoided.
Do we roughly have an age on him?
Adult, sir. So when we do, though, we'll send it over to the news desk when we get more information.